Hey everyone, Steve from Resale Dojo back, and today we're going over an Xbox 360 reselling guide. Now I'm going to go over all the top items that I am finding locally, and these are pretty common ones that you should be able to find as well. And if you just take a little bit of time, you should be able to make some quick money on these. And before we get started, make sure you hit that thumbs up for me, as it'll really help me out. And down below, make sure you leave a comment on what is your favorite Xbox 360 item to flip. All right, to keep myself organized, I put all my most common items down here in my notebook. This is going to be the items I'm finding locally pretty often, and I think you should be able to find them as well. Now, the first item that we want to talk about are the consoles. Now, one thing that you have to be careful with the Xbox 360 consoles, if you are not familiar with this product, is the very early versions of them had what was called the red ring of death. Now, this was a major issue for Microsoft. This led to over $1 billion in recalls for the Xbox 360 console, the early versions of them. For myself, when I am flipping Xbox 360 consoles, I am really sticking to the model 1439 console. You can find that on the back of the console. Those are the more recent versions, the ones that were going to be more reliable for you and not have that issue. And it's easy to find it. You just flip it around to the back side of it where it has all the inputs in there, and it will tell you Microsoft Xbox 360 console, and it'll say model 1439 on there. Now, the older ones, you're going to be able to tell those because they're going to have a detachable hard drive that is visible to you. I'm going to put a picture up here for you guys as well to show you guys what those ones look like. Now, there's the regular and there's the elite versions. The elite versions don't have as many issues with it, but I am still always cautious with those as well. I'm pretty much just trying to stay with the model 1439 ones just because those are the most reliable for me. Now, when I resell consoles, I usually sell them as a bundle, but you can also sell them as replacement consoles as well, where it's just the console by itself because maybe someone's console broke, like had the red ring, and they need a new one. But mostly I'm bundling it with the controller, the power cord, and sometimes the HDMI cable as well. Now, if you want to raise that bundle a little bit more, you could also put in some low value video games on there, and that'll help you raise that ASP up there for you. Now, when it comes to consoles, there are special edition ones out there, and these are really going to be the only ones I'm looking for that are not the model 1439. There's going to be Halo ones, there's going to be Call of Duty, there's going to be Gears of War, there's a Final Fantasy one out there, and there's also a really cool Star Wars one out there that goes for some really good money. There will be special edition controllers out there as well. You could sell them with the console if you have the console, but I also do really well selling the special edition controllers by themselves. Now, you're also going to be able to flip the hard drives by themselves. I've done that many times as well. You can do it for the older models and the newer models. Now, if you find the 250 gigabyte hard drive for the newer model, those ones go for, I think right now, about $50 to $60 just by themselves. And for myself, whenever I get a broken Xbox that I can't return or send back or anything like that, I will just part out the hard drives on there to at least recoup some of the money that I lost from that purchase. Another item that I like to flip is the Kinect sensor. I personally will bundle 3 to 4 games with it to be able to get a higher ASP on there, and it just helps you make it a little more attractive to the customer. Another category of items that you want to look for are the Guitar Hero and Rock Band sets. Now, you're going to be able to find the complete sets when it has, the guitar, the drums, a game, the dongles, all those type of things, or you're going to be able to find them in individual pieces, and all of them will be able to sell when you part them out or as a set. And a lot of the sets right now are going for some crazy money, so you want to make sure you are checking Facebook Marketplace, OfferUp, because you will be able to find a lot of people are selling those for like $50 just for the whole complete set, and you may be able to flip those for $250, $300 depending on which set you find. Now, if you are flipping these drum sets, you want to really make sure that you are aware on how to ship them properly and as efficiently as possible. I would recommend going to Profit Monster's YouTube channel. Drew goes in depth on how to ship these, bundle them up, make sure you're shipping them as efficient as possible to save yourself as much money as possible, because the bigger your box is, the less efficient you are with your space, the more that's going to cost you, especially if you're going to be shipping these across country. And down below in the notes, I'm going to leave a link to Drew's video on how to ship these, so you can watch that after this video. Now, on the system, there are a ton of games that you can flip. but I'm going to go over the most common ones that I see and also some of the ones that you want to make sure you're really keeping an eye out for. Now first, I'm going to go over the ones that are going to be really common and that I like to sell in bundles. Some of the most common games that you're going to find on the console belong to series. Now there are Halo, Call of Duty, Gears of War, Assassin's Creed, Mass Effect. All of those games are super common to the Xbox console, and for myself, if I do find a bunch of them for super cheap, it may have been a lot that I got from Facebook Marketplace. I may have gotten from like a store for like $1. Now, those are the games that I will like to bundle them up by series name. So I will take all of the Call of Duty games that I find, or all the Assassin's Creed games that I find, and put them in a bundle and sell them that way. And that's usually the most efficient way for me to be able to move those items. Other games I love to sell on the Xbox 360 are the ones from Rock Band and Guitar Hero. For Rock Band, there's the Rock Band 3 game that goes for about $40 right now. Also for the Guitar Hero, you're going to be wanting to pay attention to the ones that aren't the main Guitar Hero games, but are like kind of like the spin-off ones like Smash Hits, Metallica. There's some other ones out there as well. Those are the ones you want to pay attention to because those are usually going for like $25 to $35 each. Another genre of games I like to sell on the Xbox 360 are racing games. There's games like Forza Motorsport 4, which is not a high price seller, but it usually goes for about $15 for me pretty quickly. There's also games like WRC 5, Blur, Midnight Club, the LA Complete Edition. All those games are pretty quick sellers for me whenever I put them up, so make sure you keep an eye out for them. Two other real common games that I like to sell are GTA 5 and Red Dead Redemption. Now these ones are also not real high ASP. They're usually about like $15, maybe $18 games depending on the time of the year. But those ones usually go pretty quick for me because there's so many people out there playing that game. Two other games that are pretty common when I'm buying lots on Facebook or OfferUp are Minecraft and Sonic the Hedgehog. Make sure you keep an eye out for those because those will actually flip for you pretty quickly. And lastly, I wanted to talk to you about sports games. If you're following my channel, you know I put out a sports game video. I will put a link up above on here as well for it. But I want to make sure I'm highlighting these for you guys just for the Xbox 360 console. There are 4 sports games I'm looking out for on the Xbox 360 console. They are NCAA Football 14, I'm looking for Madden 17, NCAA Basketball 10, and Tiger Woods 14. Both of the NCAA games are going to be able to bring you really good money, and the other 2 are always really good flips. So that's it for today's guide. I hope it helps you guys out, especially if you aren't flipping this console already. These are the most common items that I am finding and how I am selling them. I just wanted to share it with you to make it easier for you whenever you're at garage sales, you're just browsing Facebook, going to thrift stores, because you're going to be able to find these everywhere, and I want to be able to help you guys make as much money as possible. So if you like this video, make sure you leave a thumbs up below. If you really liked it, make sure you hit the subscribe button as well. And let me know down below in the comments what type of guide you want me to put out next. And as always, I'll see you guys next time. Bye.